Sagittarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking on the Valentine's Day energy. I will also check in on the general stuff as well, of course. But please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't miss out on the shadow work reading later this week. Should be tomorrow actually, and then a delay before the earth signs get posted up. So, we do actually have the shadow work full moon the day I would normally post the earth signs. So they are going to get delayed a day, or I may end up posting them today. Depends how organized I am later with filming. I don't know yet whether I will have a chance to film them before or after that shadow work reading. Okay, but this week we are using the telepathy oracle cards. I also have here the origami lenormand. We'll be using those for the general portion. And when we look at the Valentine's Day energy, I have the True Love Oracle as well as the Soul Connection When Two Hearts Meet Love Oracle. And this week I'm actually using this is the Titania's Fortune cards. It is a Lenormand deck. It's actually the very first deck I ever used with the Lenormand. So quite an old deck. I don't normally use this for collectives. This is the first time, but being week of love, I'm going to share the love, and we're using that one this week. Okay, so getting straight on into it for you, Sagittarius. What's going on for our Sagittarians? What does Sagittarius need to know right now? Union. The union of divine soul counterparts is a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. Some unexpected this week. Interesting. And, I do feel it necessary to add for you here, Sagittarius, divine soul counterparts. It doesn't always talk about romantic counterparts, okay? But it is a miraculous event, regardless how that person presents in your life. Quite a lot of the time, it's that person that balances you out. For some of you, it may be somebody, like a business partnership, that is your ideal person to, be in business with. Friendships, romantic things, all different types of divine soul counterparts. Sometimes I've even actually seen a divine soul counterpart connection between human and animal as well, like a pet that is actually, your perfect balance to, especially you see a lot of people with companion animals. Quite a lot of the time they actually, are, a lot of them could definitely be counted as divine soul counterpart connections. When it's strong balance and, helping strengthen you, helping you grow, helping you learn. Sagittarius. What's going on for Sagittarius this week? What does Sagittarius need to know right now? That's an interesting energy. Firstly, here we have the Child. This is some sort of new beginning. When you least expect it, it's like I'm getting you're like innocently just running around, going about your life. All of a sudden, bang, there's a new beginning, some sort of, adventurous nature coming out in you as well here, playful energy. The Child really is that energy of, when I grow up, I can be anything I want. I might be the president. I might be an astronaut. Something coming through here where it's really, it's going to be, I'm hearing adventure of a lifetime, but it's something that is like just in its infancy, something that it has a big way to go yet, like a lot of growing that it can do within your life. It's definitely just the start of it, just the start of something here, because we also have here the moon and then the lilies. And the lilies is our long-term card, the longevity card. This is the card that we see, you know, closing out our life cycle. So, you know, the card of older age and things like that. So we're seeing, you know, something going from, you know, infancy all the way through to the end of life, the old age, the retirement phase. It's here to stay. I will see if we can get a bit more info about this in a second, but it's a brand new beginning, and it's got a long way to go yet. This is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. With the moon and the lily, they're the two emotional cards of the deck as well. So the moon really does talk about, you know, the things that are, you know, close to our heart. And then we have our vulnerabilities here as well, and emotional intimacy, you know, something that we gain a lot of closeness with. It's important. It's valuable to us emotionally. We do see with the moon the need to trust your intuition with these new beginnings, and I feel like with the potential of this new beginning as well. Trust your intuition with the potential. With such a strong emotional connection there. Listening to your emotions and trusting your emotions, those gut feelings, you know, that the emotions and the intuition are very, very connected for you this week. Okay, so if something makes you feel sad, that's your intuition trying to say sadness. Something makes you feel happy, but I don't even know why. That's the direction I would want to go in this week, Sagittarius. Clarify this child energy. What is this new beginning, this infancy stage? It's coming in very unexpectedly. We have that just kind of fell out. We saw that in the Union card. Begins when you least expect it. And then we got the card of sudden change, you know, coming in out of nowhere, sudden unexpected changes. Clarify the child card for Sagittarius. We have the stork. It is necessary for me to say, with both the child coming through such an emotional connection to that child energy, and then the stork clarifying the child. Stork is actually the pregnancy card. So we see the infancy stage here. The stork is what is the pregnancy stage. So, you know, this stork turns into this child. So for some of you, there definitely could be an unexpected pregnancy that you're finding out about this week. With the moon and the lilies there, I dare say this would be something that you choose to keep in your life. It could be an idea, okay? If it's not a pregnancy, because it's not going to be a pregnancy, obviously, for everybody. But this is also idea generation. So, you know, if you think about a pregnancy as like, you know, the period of time where that's sort of cooking. It's cooking, and then this is where it births out into the world. So we see an idea being generated that then all of a sudden you're going, that's it, I'm going to go ahead and bring this out into the world. This is the planning stages. So it's like, it may be something that, you know, it begins when you least expect it. So the planning and the birthing into the world stage look to be at the same exact time here. So it's kind of like it just happens. And and, things just get stirred up out of nowhere, sudden changes out of nowhere, a lot of change, things changing. It doesn't really want to clarify anything specific. With the storks, sometimes we can see career, especially with the moon and the lilies there as well. So for some of you, this may be connected to career stuff. All right, but we'll it doesn't really want to, being a little bit dramatic. It just wants you to know that it's going to be unexpected and very muchly out of nowhere, all of a sudden. But it's going to be something gets your emotions going, and it's going to be something, long term. It's just the start of something that could become something long term. Okay. Sagittarius. Valentine's Day energy for our Sagittarius this week. Valentine's Day energy for Sagittarius this week. We have boundaries and balance, yin and yang. Boundaries here, and then the balance there, the yin and yang. Okay, I always call that the balance card, even though it technically is the yin and yang card. That's, masculine and feminine meeting each other halfway, light and dark, balance, a balance within everything, a balance within yourself. And I feel like for a lot of you here, there's a strong message of needing balance within your boundaries when it comes to love, so that we're making sure that we have set boundaries, so that, we're not allowing people to cross our boundaries, but we're not building those walls so high that nobody can climb across, that we're not, making this a giant electric fence around ourselves as a boundary. We're not building this giant 1,000,000-foot tall brick wall. We're still enabling people to access us emotionally and, and whatnot as well. We're not, we're more flexible boundaries. We're putting in a doorway, putting a gate in the fence, so that, when we do want to let someone in, we can. We're also very aware too, with the balance in the boundaries, of not crossing other people's boundaries as well. Are your boundaries and enforcing your boundaries in some way stepping on somebody else's boundaries? When there may be the need to compromise boundaries a little bit here, and really not just your own, like taking other people's boundaries into consideration as well. That, yes, it's good for you to have strong boundaries around yourself. Protection, right? We all need to protect ourselves, and have those boundaries. Look, I will not put up with this. This is a red flag for me. I'm not going to put up with that. But we also need to, have a little bit of flexibility within that, and understand that other people may have red flags that they're seeing in us that they will not accept as well. So, you can't just, I'm not saying that. No, I don't talk political stuff. I'm sorry. Okay, so we don't cross other people's boundaries. We don't invade anyone else's territories. All right, that's as much as I'll allude to. Sagittarius. Valentine's Day energy for our Sagittarius. I hate it when it does this. Well, it's not that I hate it when it does this. It's that it's like kind of that moment of like, I get so much feedback from my clients that everything is exactly as it is and whatnot. But then sometimes I see it. I see the evidence of how accurate certain messages are, and it's just It kind of gives me a bit of a shock sometimes, even though I know, like, yeah, boundaries, very important this week. And it's Spirit, I think, is just being a little bit cranky at me for not saying that exactly the way that they had passed it through. But I don't want to be saying political things about other countries or anything like that. Okay. Spirit's just having a go at me. I have a sensible boundary too, okay? Thank you. Having sensible boundaries is important. All right? So I'm not trying to start World War III here. So I'm having my boundary. Thank you. Guilt, though, as well. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. I feel like that's in reference to your boundaries a little bit here too, Sagittarius, that, like if that is a very common way people press on our boundaries, is try to make us feel guilty for having the boundary in the first place. That's what you were trying to thank you. Okay, righto. I get it. Sorry, I'm just like talking to the universe here because, you just saw that, right? Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. And that's exactly what that's about. It's people pressing on your boundaries by, trying to make you feel guilty that you're not doing enough. Because as you saw, that's exactly what just happened. Like, I started to feel guilty that I wasn't passing on the message the exact way that it was said to me. And I stood up for myself and I said, no, that is my boundary. I'm not saying that. I don't want to say that. I didn't let guilt affect it, okay? I didn't let that affect my reading, your happiness. So it's making sure you do stand up for yourself. And especially when, if someone's trying to guilt trip you here, even if it's the universe trying to guilt trip you, okay? Because, as we just saw, that was more an example. Like, yeah, I know. The universe has got jokes. The universe really does have jokes, guys. And when I say the universe or spirit, God, God, whatever you want to believe, whatever you personally want to go with there, I just tend to say the universe or spirit sometimes as well. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's just thrown me off a little bit. All right. So yeah, you may just be thrown a little bit this week as well, but off balance, because we saw the balance as well, the yin yang. So yes, it may, standing strong on your boundaries, it may just throw you off balance a little bit, but regaining your balance and knowing that you're standing up for your boundary there. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness, Sagittarius. Okay, anything else Sagittarius needs to know for the Valentine's Day energy this week? Any other messages for our Sagittarius? It's like a brand new life coming through here for you. Miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. Which in turn means that we need to end the life we thought we had, because a brand new life is coming. Pretty much. Especially too, seeing that child and, in that initial portion there, that's a brand new beginning. It's a brand new, look, it's a child. It's a baby. It's a brand new life. And the coffin is a death and then a rebirth. So we're saying goodbye to the us of the past, and we're being reborn into a brand new life here. We're brand new beginning, brand new life. All right. We're seeing that emphasized here. We have the stars. Okay, so all your wishes are within reach, Sagittarius. This is, remaining hopeful and optimistic for the future, because all your wishes are within reach. And then we have that moon again. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your emotions. They will help you pull those stars down from the sky. All right. The full moon may actually be very important to you this full moon as well. So since we are seeing the full moon closing that off for you there, I will just remind you, I will be doing the shadow work reading this full moon, which should be uploaded tomorrow. And we are focusing on, shadow work around love within self and whatnot. Okay, so there may be something in that one for you, especially since we do see boundaries coming out so strongly for you in today's reading, and a little bit of guilt there as well, the need to balance and whatnot, and such, so much emotion coming through for you this week as well, Sagittarius. So but keep in mind your wishes are within reach. Okay, especially wishes that are connected to your emotions. So the things that the things that you truly desire and want for yourself on an emotional level, the emotional fulfillment stuff that you're dreaming of, it's within reach. This is part of that brand new life for you. Okay, Sagittarius. But make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those notifications. And, please, leave a comment this week so that we can make sure that your specific energy is at the top of the stack when we're doing the collective readings as well. Okay. But thanks for your time, and I'll see you all again soon.